So ETHPRAGUE, I think it's the second year that they are running this event, and I have a small place in my heart, both to Prague and into to this venue and those people. I know them from even before Starknet. And this conference attracts hundreds of builders. They run a hackathon in parallel, and hundreds of people from the hackathon are also participating, so there are a lot of builders around. And our plan in this conference is to present to the builders some new developments coming to Starknet. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So the presentation is going to be about volition, and this is basically bringing hybrid data availability modes to Starknet. And yeah, it's always exciting before a presentation about something new. You need to make sure that you are capable of explaining everything in a clear way, in a short period of time. So that's the challenge. And after a few days, I think it will be good.
I'm gonna send a message in the Starknet hacker Telegram group. All right. Completely lost. In Prague? Nice.
You press cancel instead of continue.
Okay, is it here or one more?
No, that's the workspace,
So
not the
one more
workshop. So yeah, I guess. So that's the one. What?
Anyone who gets stuck, ask a question.
I hope it's here.
Yeah, it looks like.
So we're trying to find the workshop room, but it's not on the plan, so I have no idea where it is. And it's supposed to start in like 20 minutes. Okay. So let's find out. During the workshop, so we're going to have like a basic introduction of Cairo 1 and its features. A very small comparison with Cairo 0. And after that, we're gonna just start coding in Cairo 1. We start with the very basic stuff, and then continue with very like Cairo-specific features that look a bit like Rust. And eventually, if we have time, we're going to see how you can create contracts on Starknet. Because now that Cairo 1 is actually usable and it's, in my opinion, a good programming language, I just want people to know that there is not only Solidity, you can code stuff in Cairo, and eventually Cairo is going to be used not only for smart contracts, but for off-chain computation as well. And I think it's like important for people to know like just a bit of Cairo so that they can get introduced to it and they can continue working on projects on Starknet afterwards. So I talked to a lot of interested people yesterday, but given that the location is a bit hidden, I'm not sure if it's going to be full.
Ah, he wasn't joking.
Yeah, just follow Ethereum. Sorry.
Ah.
Where's the next one?
Yeah, it should be there.
Ah.
Wait until we actually find it before you say.
Okay, now we got it. Sorry. Yeah, excuse me, I just put my back here. Yeah.
Oh, so I am at ETHPRAGUE. I guess came here to learn, meet people, meet old friends, make new friends, and learn about new things. I guess this is a good place to get exposed to new things. And yeah, I'm just trying to hack around something and have fun. So we are trying to implement eCash on Ethereum. In a simpler version, we are trying to represent how a physical cash or a dollar note works. Like when I give it to you, it doesn't take any transaction trace with it. It doesn't tell you who is the owner of this $1 note, and it has no cost. So we are trying to execute the same properties. With Ethereum, you can pay anyone using one way, which is the lowest unit in Ethereum, and you don't incur any cost. So it can enable micro transactions and solve the payments. Oh, Starknet Prague was amazing. Really loved the talk by Avihu, Pia, and Matteo. Great talks. Also, again, being to multiple events during the Prague Blockchain Week, I felt like it had certain energy to it. It was a lot of interesting conversation happening all around the event.
Cool. Hey, so yeah, the conference has been really nice so far. We're in a nice spot. We got a lot of people coming. People were really crazy about socks. Go figure. But they're really comfy, so I get why they would be. Now, the most common question I was asked, I think the first question was like, can I take swag? Do I need to do anything? Which was weird because we just give it, but it makes me think maybe we should do something more engaging for people next time, so we'll think about it. But the second biggest question we got was like, okay, so what's new with Starknet? Which is a really interesting one because Starknet is at an interesting point. Like the network is almost 2 years old, and it's at the point where it's about to come out of its cocoon as a big butterfly with nice large wings. So we had Cairo 1, which was a major step recently. New smart contract language, easier to use, safer, cleaner. In a few weeks, we're going to get 0.12, which is going to give us much more capacity. So we're going to get like 3 digits TPS, which is going to be really cool. But mostly, it will be mostly felt by people because it's going to lower latency of transactions. Transactions are going to clear much faster. So that is great. And then I tell them about the upcoming thing, which we should have probably before year's end, which is going to be Volition, which is going to decrease massively the cost of Starknet. So like we're really at the point where by the end of the year, Starknet is going to have a clean smart contract language, high capacity, low fees. Like it's going to be the paradise for builders. You can bring anyone you like, have a big community, a big product, and shoot off into the stars. That's going to be fun.
And would it be up to me to prove that that actually was not me and someone in a poster and so on? This also looks like...
This panel is about the superchain vision of Optimism. So as you might know, Optimism has launched this OP-Stack initiative back like a while ago, like a few years ago. And Madara is kind of the same. They want to achieve the same goal, so make it easy for anyone to deploy rollups. So Madara would be rollups on top of Starknet, but could be on top of anything really. And so the two, OP-Stack and Madara, are taking two different approaches, but because they want to achieve the same goal, I think it's just interesting to see how they think about their vision. So right now it's only fraud proofs, but are they thinking about ZK proofs and everything? Yeah, just so we can think about the same problems for Madara and just learn from the lessons of our ecosystem. I think that's quite important, and even see if there are possible synergies in the future, like how can we combine Madara with the OP stack. That's something we're investigating, even if we don't have an answer yet. So, yep.
Doing those in the back. Okay, great. So, hello everyone. My name is Aviv Levy. I'm head of product at Starknet. This is the second year I'm talking here, and I'm very happy to be here in Prague. And today I'm going to talk about volition coming to Starknet and how it is being done. So there is a bit of a difference. When it comes to optimistic rollup, the way that it's being done in 2 sentences is that all the computation is published on-chain, but the chain does not execute it, and everyone can verify that the computation is valid, and if not, they can tell the chain. And in validity rollups, which Starknet is a validity rollup, you don't need that step of verification. You have a proof that attests to the validity of the verification itself. So why do you need data availability? Well, in optimistic rollup, you need data availability for the verification itself. It's a necessary part of the verification of the rollup. In validity rollup, you don't have this condition. You don't need the data to be available to do the verification. You have already the proof. You do need the data because you need to make sure that the state is always available. I'll give an example to a crisis, so we all understand why that's the case. Suppose that you have a validity rollup and that for some reason a proof has arrived but the data is not available. So now you have a state transition, you have a new state that you know that is valid, but you have no idea what is the actual state of the system. And if nobody will tell you what the actual state of the system, you won't be able to proceed and move the system to the next stage. So this is done for safety liveness reasons and not for validity reasons. So that means that you can have a completely a complete solution that is always valid but without data availability, and you are taking the risk of liveness, mainly that risk. So why is layer 1 data availability an issue today? I wanted to give you the best example is to use the data that we have on Starknet today. So this is Ethereum. It does today something like 13 TPS. And the smaller box on the side is Starknet. And Starknet does today something like 3 TPS on average, but it only uses 1.4% of Ethereum. So if you would run it yourself, you will find out that using 1.4 TPS of Ethereum normally account for 0.18 TPS, but with Starknet you achieve 3 TPS instead. So you have a nice factor of almost 20 when you go from executing stuff directly on Ethereum to executing it on Starknet. But the question you should ask yourself is what happens if Starknet does tomorrow not 3 TPS or 30 but 300? Well, then there is an issue. And this is because 90% of this 1.4% is going for data availability on layer 1. And there is nothing unique about it when it comes to Starknet. The same is happening the same or worse is happening on Optimism, Arbitrum, Polygon ZK EVM, and ZK Sync. So that means that even today, L2s are taking significant portion of Ethereum, and when L2s scale to the higher TPS, this is going to cause even further congestion. And what it means is that layer 2s today are relying on a linear factor that is dependent on layer 1 Ethereum congestion. And that means that unless we do something, we're going to hit a wall.
Going to validators now.
I think when it comes to motivation, the presentation went well because people can see that there is a clear necessity for Ethereum or for rollups on Ethereum to support other data availability solutions. Yeah, I hope that it was clear enough how and when do we plan to bring it, and yeah, let's see if there are any comments.